Here's the honest truth about how your ex goes from thinking you're a good little boy or girl to being scared that they're going to lose you and wondering where they stand with you. So think about how different those two attitudes are, right? In scenario number one, it's like they're almost condescending. They have like no respect for you. They're not worried at all about whatever you think and feel, etc. But in scenario number two, they're scared and they're worried like they've lost favor with you. So how do you go from that position to the other position? That's a big difference, right? So given the amount of contrast that exists between those two attitudes, obviously there's going to be some employment of time there, right? Because you don't go from like one way to another way like that. Nothing happens that way. Everything is gradual. But how much time do you need? And yeah, that's a question. The amount of time that you need is going to be different for everybody. But in my mind, it's not the question of how much time do you need, but it's like, what are you doing with that time? I'm just going to be 100% straight up honest with you. The thing that makes the difference between them not really caring about you versus like wondering where they stand with you is how much attention you give them versus other people of the same sex as them. And a lot of you guys know this intuitively because maybe the day that they broke up with you, you decided to post some other picture with, some other girl or guy on your social media. And they don't buy it at all. It's just a knee-jerk reaction to getting broken up with. But with the proper employment of time in no contact, now all of a sudden anything that you do in relation to the opposite sex becomes infinitely more believable because you've had time to heal and get intentional about the actions that you take. And if you got intentional, that's serious business, right? Because maybe you decided that you didn't want some of the toxicity you experienced in the last relationship. So you're moving on to a better horizon. So at the end of the day, if you want to go from not being taken seriously to them being scared about whether or not they're going to lose you, it's the proper employment of time. It's what you do in that time, building yourself up and whatnot. It's where you put your attention. And ultimately, it's being willing to date other people. Now, if you're scared to send that message to your ex because you don't want to lose them, I understand. These are real threats. So if you want some hand-holding in this process so that way you do it the right way, click on my profile, click this link down here, and get in touch with me. I'm going to help you get your ex back.